rear tyres down at Wilson, so he is at the very tail end of the field, having started 8th on the grid, car number 42. Down the Bentley straight go our race leaders, and as they turn their way in towards Brundle and Nelson, it looks as though Rupert Deep has been able to slipstream his way through past Lee Deegan into the lead of the race. So the racing champion, the three-time champion, Rupert Deep leads the race at this stage. Another driver that at Pembrey didn't have things go really as planned. He finished third in the first race and not finished in the second of the races in Rupert Deep. He finished third in yesterday's race, but he leads here at the end of the first lap of the race. Lee Deegan, though, will pick up the tow as they come onto the centre straight, and as they head over the start-finish line now, Rupert Deep leads. Lee Deegan there in second position. Dave Drew in third place. Alfie Brown in fourth place. Charlie Budd and Kieran MacDonald wrap up the top six, but nobody's quite close enough to each other so as to shuffle that order on the run up towards Redgate, on the run towards Ritchie's corner, I should say, rather. And for the cars that I said to watch out for that make progress, well, Colin Peacock from 10th is up to 7th, but more importantly, Rob Howard, car number 72, from 17th is up to 9th, and Aaron Smith from 19th is up to 10th. So the number 72 and the number 21 car, both, as I suggested, ones to watch out for, and they're slowly threading their way up through the order as they head for the second time through the left-hander at Palmer in this 20-minute race. 17 minutes remain. Rupert Deep out front, but not getting away from yesterday's race winner, Lee Deegan, as they head through the left-hander at Agostini yet again, and as they appear back into sight from behind the trucks that are parked in the centre of the paddock, which obscures that corner, you can see 2 for the lead. Then it is Dave Drew on his own in third position. Dave Drew, who finished in third place in the second of the 2 races at Pembrey. He was just off the podium in fourth position. Well, at the moment he is hanging on to third place. Isn't going to have to worry about Alfie Brown behind him, who might pick up a bit of a tow, but he's not close enough. However, for the lead of the race, this time Rupert Deep, I think, is going to have the favourite turn, because Shane Deegan's picking up the tow at the wheel of the number 0 car and is going to drag himself, I think, back into the lead of the race by the time they get towards the bottom of the Bentley straight. Now he picks up the tow for the race leader, jinks out from behind to alongside. Is he going to re-inherit the lead of the race in typical Mini fashion? The car ahead makes the hold in the air, the car behind has the advantage. Sideways through Brundle, they are together sideways through Nelson, and Lee Deegan, yeah, indeed, takes up the lead of the race once more, throws himself back into the lead of the race, using the car ahead to make the hold in the air. Typical Mini fashion, he's able to reassert himself back into the lead of the race. Now, these two continue to work with each other. They can just keep everybody else at arm's length. If they start to squabble too much, very, very quickly, Dave Drew in third place, Alfie Brown in fourth place, Charlie Budd, the reigning Mini 7 champion, in fifth place, will be able to start to catch them. So the lead pair really need to work with each other. Here they come over the start-finish line. This time Lee Deegan under pressure from Rupert Deep, who picks up the tow from the race leader, brings himself alongside and gets ahead. So the two of them are fighting, they are changing positions, but they're not sort of defending from each other, they're just letting it happen. As for Rob Howard and Aaron Smith, well, more places picked up on that lap. They both side their way through and past number 43 car of David Edgecombe. So nice to see David back in the championship. He'd been concentrating on his business, but now he's sort of sold the business and has stayed on with the new owners. He's got a bit more time to get back behind the wheel of his Miglia. He was in 8th place, but he's now going to drop down to 10th place as both Rob Howard and Aaron Smith gain more places, so keep an eye towards those two, number 72 and number 21, Rob Howard and Aaron Smith respectively, still gaining places, and the next car that they are going to want to try and work their way through a passage just a bit further up the road. It's the number 88 car of Kieran MacDonald, and the next car that's in their sights. We're side by side for the lead of the race, Lee Deegan and Rupert Deep, but Lee Deegan has the inside line for the left-hander at Hamilton, and yeah, eventually Rupert Deep realises that it's not quite going to work around the outside at Hamilton, tucks himself back behind, so it's almost 3 for the lead of the race now, because that little bit of squabbling has just allowed Dave Drew to begin to close in on the pair, and I think Dave Drew will pick up a little bit of the tow next time through, and that will be as they head onto the Bentley Straight, which they're doing now. So onto the Bentley Straight go what is almost a lead trio of cars, and it looks as though in the lead of the race Lee Deegan has a slightly bigger gap between himself and Rupert Deep than Rupert Deep has between himself and the bonnet of Dave Drew. So it's 3 without question now for the lead of the race as they turn their way through Brundle and through Nelson. Lee Deegan bounces off the curb on the apex of the corner and sort of unsettles the car a little bit at the exit point of Nelson. them, but not sufficiently, I don't think so, to halt his run on the way up towards the bomb hole, which should still be in the lead of the race. Yeah, here we go, 3 for the lead of the race. Keep an eye towards Alfie Brown in 4th place, because now there's 3 of them. They will struggle a little bit more, and I think before too much longer we'll have 4 and possibly 5 if Charlie Budd joins in for the lead of the race. We've got 4 cars fighting over what will be 6th position at this stage, and I think it's Rob Howard possibly who's gained another place ahead of Kieran MacDonald. Over the start finish line I go. Lee Deegan under pressure for the lead of the race. Rupert Deep jinks one way. We're almost 3 wide this time, but it is going to be Dave Drew, I think, that's going to hit the front. And as they head up towards Ritchie's corner, Dave Drew takes the lead of the race, but a tighter run in towards Ritchie's corner means that Lee Deegan can switch back on the exit. So I think it was a very brief moment in the lead for Dave Drew. I don't think he'll be leading by the time they get towards the braking area for Wilson, and we have now got 5 for the lead of the race, because Alfie Brown and Charlie Budd have now all managed to catch what is that lead trio. In fact, they're just a little bit further behind. It's almost 5 for the lead of the race. It's certainly a trio and then a couple not far away. But it is, as they head out of Palmer, Lee Deegan that leads the race. Dave Drew briefly had a spell. I think it was a matter of probably half a second in the lead of the race, just as they got to the entry to Ritchie's. But by the time they got to the exit, his lead had disappeared again, evaporated in front of his very eyes. He's in 2nd position. Rupert Deep, the reigning champions, there in 3rd place. Alfie Brown and Charlie Budd looking to try and catch up with the pack of cars ahead. And then the next of the cars through, it's going to be Colin Peacock, I think. Yeah, Colin Peacock is up into 6th position, car number 83. Then it's Kieran MacDonald in 8th place. Rob Howard in the silver and blue car is 9th. And Aaron Smith completes the next of the runners. The fastest car out there is the recovering car of Kane Aston, who of course was on the front row of the grid, fell to the very tail end of it almost with the problems up at Ritchie's corner, but car number 11 is back into 11th place now, and has just posted the fastest lap, 2 minutes 14.466 for the 2015 Miglia champion, and of course the former Mini 7 champion. The pack of cars down to Ruther and Nelson. It's only 4 for the lead now, because Alfie Brown has caught those ahead. Charlie Budd has yet to still have a little bit more work to do to try and close the deficit that exists. But shuffling in the order for Nick backwards as well, because once they disappeared out of sight, Colin Peacock up in 6th place. I think it's now Rob Howard that's back into 6th place. Kieran MacDonald, I think, is in 7th place. Poor old Colin Peacock, I think, had a couple of cars slipstream their way through a pass. So the number 83 car started at lap 6, I think was finishing in 8th place. Over the start finish time they'll go. 11 minutes remain. Dave Drew under pressure for 2nd place as Rupert Deep jinks out from behind. Dave Drew then picks up the toe for the race leader, which is Lee Deegan. And Rupert Deep goes all the way round the outside of Ritchie's corner. Was in 3rd place, will surely be in 2nd by the time they exit the corner. Yeah, Dave Drew trying to get himself back alongside Rupert Deep to give him the inside line as they head towards the braking area for the Wilson hairpin. And as they now turn their way through the hairpin, it looks as though they're side by side on the way in, side by side on the way out. Something's going to have to give here as they head up towards Palmer. Lee Deegan leads the race. It is still Dave Drew and Rupert Deep side by side through Palmer, I think, as they disappeared out of my sight. And as they reappear back into view, it is Rupert Deep in 2nd place, Dave Drew in 3rd place, but under pressure from the number 81 car, the Dayglow orange and black kind of hands of Alfie Brown. Through Agostini, they'll work their way, and when they reappear back into sight, we can see that, yeah, Dave Drew is still in 3rd place, but coming under enormous amounts of pressure from Alfie Brown. And well, the top 3 not quite as close as they were, because Dave Drew is now firmly turning his attentions to his mirrors and exactly what Alfie Brown is doing, which is just allowing the lead couple of cars to try and open up a small advantage. As for the cars from the tail end of the field, well, Rob Howard now into 6th position, and I think up to 7th has come Aaron Smith. He came over the start-finish line in 9th, but I think he's picked a couple more off. Kane Aston is still in 11th place, and again on that lap has posted another new fastest lap of the race, 2 minutes 14.30, 2 minutes 14.360, 2 minutes 14.360 for Kane Aston, as he looks to try and charge his way back up through the field. Once more, the actual lap record here is a couple of seconds quicker than that. 2 minutes 12 is the lap record, which is held by Rupert Deep. The race leaders will be appearing back into sight round through the bomb hole. The Scotland is certainly on for the lead of the race, and a big moment heading round through the corner, gathered up by Lee Deegan. The tail end of the car just started to lose adhesion there. In fact, Rupert Deep that had the big moment, gathered it up as he looked to try and take up the lead of the race, but he just managed to catch the tail end of the car with a bit of arm twirling and thumping the throttle to the floor to bring it back into line. Here they come over the start-finish line. Rupert Death leads the race. Lee Deegan there in second position, looking to try and slipstream his way back into the lead of the race yet again. Not quite side by side for the lead. Should still be Rupert Death that would lead, I would imagine, as they head through Ritchie's corner. He needs to be careful that he parks the car on the apex and gets a good run off it. Otherwise, Lee Deegan is going to be alongside him, heading up towards the braking area for Wilson. The two of them are side by side. And as they head into the braking area at Wilson, it is still Rupert Death that leads the race, with Lee Deegan in second place. Dave Drew, Alfie Brown and Charlie Budd still not that far away in third, fourth and fifth places respectively. Rob Howard, number 72, is in sixth place. Kane Aston's gained another couple of places on that lap. He's got himself ahead of both Kieran MacDonald, who's dropping backwards through the pack again now. Car number 88 happened to poor old Kieran yesterday. Started well, but as the race wore on, he sort of lost places. He's down to 11th now, down to 10th has gone number 43 David Edgecombe, but number 11 Kane Aston is making very good progress now. And that blue and day-glow yellow car in the hands of the former Mini 7 and former Mini Miglia champion has managed to catch a good little pack of cars. And if he can work his magic, Colin Peacock is the next one he's going to want to try and thread his way through and past. So up towards the exit of Oggies go the leading train of cars. There's Kane Aston in the blue and yellow number 11 machine, nipping at the heels of Colin Peacock. Just ahead of Colin Peacock is the pink and black and white machine of Aaron Smith, and then just ahead of Aaron Smith is Rob Howard, number 72, another one of the cars that, as a result of fastest laps from yesterday dictating grid for today, has ended up with a chunk of work to do in this one. Down the Bentley straight, they will again work their way. It looks as though Aaron Smith is looking to try and draft his way through and past Rob Howard. That will be extended to fifth position. He's got fourth for the lead of the race. Still with Charlie Budd with the best seat in the house, really. He's just sitting there in fifth position, watching what goes on ahead. Still 7 minutes, just under a race to go. And as the leading pack of 4 cars with Charlie Budd just that little bit further and just turn their way through Corham and into towards Murray's, it is Rupert Death, the reigning champion, that is going to lead this lap one sport. So it's 4 for the lead and Charlie Budd a little bit further back. It's 5 cars now fighting over what is at the final place inside the top 6, and that is going the way of the car in the front of that train. Rob Howard, number 72 at the moment. Somehow he did manage to hang on to that place. I thought Aaron Smith was going to keep his pocket as they went down the Bentley straight, and in fact, no, he has picked his pocket. Yeah, there he goes now through Aaron Smith, and Kane Aston slowing. All of a sudden, Kane Aston slows as he comes over the start-finish line. It's looking as though the former champion is heading into retirement on the left-hand side of the circuit on the run up towards Ritchie's corner. Number 11, Kane Aston, is not going to post a finish here after what was a runners-up spot yesterday in the race, after 2 7th places at Pembrey. It's a retirement here for him, and he's not the only car that has retired on that lap, because somewhere around the circuit we have lost, very sadly, Rob Howard, another one of the cars that have worked his way up through the order. And quite what happened to Rob, I'm not sure, but he's gone missing somewhere over the course of that lap. As for the lead of the race, Shane Deegan this time has got a good run coming out of Agostini, and he's drawn himself alongside it on the left-hand side of the circuit to take the lead away from Rupert Death. Surely, yet through Hamilton they'll go. It is Shane Deegan that is back into the lead of the race. Lee Deegan that's back into the lead of the race. It is Rupert Death who's there in second position. Sorry, Shane Deegan won this championship a couple of seasons ago. His brother Lee Deegan back into the lead of the race. It is going to be Rupert Death in second place, Dave Drew in third place, and Charlie Brown, blimey, Alfie Brown sitting there in fourth position, and all 4 of them are absolutely together. Lee Deegan's lead is short-lived. He's going to have, I think, Rupert Death draft his way back through as they head down the Bentley straight this time through, and into towards Brundle and Nelson. They'll thread their way, comes out in the lead. It is Rupert Death that was a little bit wide coming out of what is Brundle and Nelson. I think it might be Alfie Brown possibly that's gone through into second position, the orange car with its black livery as well. Yeah, he's through into second place, but under pressure now by the look of things. He's trying to squeeze his way all the way around the outside of Corham. Goes Lee Deegan, and can he hang on to it? It looks as though yes he can. He has been able to squeeze his way through to hang on to the place. All of this though has just allowed our race leader Rupert Death to pull away in the lead. So over the start-finish line goes Rupert Death. Lee Deegan in second place, almost being drafted by Alfie Brown in third place. Dave Drew in fourth place. Charlie Budd now has decided to join in as well and have a bit of fun as they head over the start-finish line. Aaron Smith comes through in 6th place. Colin Peacock in 7th place under attack from David Edgecombe in 8th position.